You are a magnificent, magnanimous, and wonderful person. Let's get the positivity going, guys. Everybody, so many people, a lot of people, too many people are on some negative BS. A compliment goes a long way. Positive energy uplifts your body. Don't let anybody drag you into no save the drama for your mama type situations. Make no mistake, nobody knows it all. Do your best and stay away from negative people and time wasters. But we all have to learn our lessons. So if you don't know that level, you will be subject to the trickery and tomfoolery of that level. And all I can say is that, especially after talking to my cousin, young man of 27, who wants to learn business, but he's paying people to learn how to get his mind right, though he knows me, but he's paying them and it's been 5 years and he's made some progress, but they're doing it on a you pay us, we'll teach you how, then bring in other people and you'll make a percentage of that. You're making them rich. So at first he was kind of offended because, he thought I was trying to attack him. It's never an attack. When someone's trying to give you positive reassurance, information, and steps towards where you want to go, as I've learned, people who are wealthy or well off or have their shit together, they're generally going to charge you. I get that because time is money. But at the same time, you need to rely on family and stay positive in your mind and get focused in order to get where you want to get. And yes, it is going to take some time. I'm just like, for either no money or way less than what you've already spent and a fraction of the time that has been wasted, I could have got you there 10 times where you even thought you wanted to be. So for those people who don't know, I also teach business and I have, restructuring and business ideas to help make you successful and to get you there. That's why I share all of these pieces so you guys know what's going on in the world. So anyway, we're good. He gets it now. He sees more than he's seen before. And literally in one phone call, I was able to help him see what apparently they couldn't do for him in really 5 years. Now, 5 years ago, when we talked, he wasn't ready to hear anything. So I will give them and him the credit that at least now his mind is open to things. But if you want to get someplace, learn from people who are where you want to be. That's all I can say. Now, with that being said, I digress. Hit that bell, like, subscribe. Welcome to the Wolf Tribe. You, if you're of light and you seek truth, will not be denied. It is the foreign national, born natural, patriot, constitutional, individual, private citizen, non resident, Lord of Lovitica, neutral party, non belligerent, non combatant, your most gracious host, the private consultant himself, the Badwolf. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. So, as always, guys, check out Black Site 32. Check out jamesclovett.com. You guys know the drill. Let's get into the video. As always, check out my other YouTube channel, Badwolf Unrestricted. We almost have 5,000 subscribers already. So thank you guys for making it happen, Captain. I stand humbled by you guys, and I've already been starting to talk that trash over there on that channel. And oh yes, we got more jazz coming for you. We're gonna talk about all of it, man. It's gonna get deep. Because not everybody's into this legal stuff like you guys are. So thank you. Some people just like to be entertained. So if you want to be entertained, you're talking to the grand master of it, baby. Or like Dave Chappelle said, that's doo doo, baby. If you want the doo doo, then let's bring it. All right. You want to be entertained? Oh, I can entertain. All right. So that's what we're going to do. So over on Bad Wolf Unrestricted, we're going to be talking about all the stuff in the books that doesn't really belong on this channel, and it's going to be good. As a matter of fact, it's already good. All right. We've already gotten tons of people already liking it, and the comments are open over there a whole lot more than over here for obvious reasons. Because over here, I'm hurting people's feelings in law and trolls and the traitors to the Constitution of the United States of America, people here who are pretending to be Americans and apparently they're not. And then there's some people, of color who, want to have some animosity towards other people of their same color and doing the same craft, maybe a little bit differently from them. That's. And then, of course, you got the people out there who are straight up agents. And then there's also people who are just trying to take your money. And then there's people trying to use my name to get girls naked. Y'all, I don't know. I guess hustle how you guys want to hustle, I guess. But a lot of that, almost all of that is trash. If that's how you have to move. So be watchful for people just trying to do those things. All right. And if it seems like it's too much, it probably is. Because everything that most of these people are getting, they've got from somewhere else. All right. Let's just keep it G. Without the final and further ado, what is this video about? It is about right to travel in New York. Apparently, I didn't make a video on this, and I thought I already did. Now, obviously, I'm not going to make 50 videos and then some, but from time to time, if it's a key place, like we did California and Virginia and a couple other places, could have sworn I did New York. So let's do New York. All right. So even though it's funny because most of my clients and viewers come from California and New York, I could have sworn I did one on New York. I don't know how that got missed. Maybe just because we did so many in consultations, but let's do it on the public side, baby. It's doo doo, baby. This is funny. I'm sorry. If you guys don't know about Dave Chappelle, you don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all are missing out. I suggest going back and watching all of his seasons and all that stuff. He definitely is an inspiration. I mean, I don't know if the new, more bigger, swoller version is the clone that people keep talking about, or if it's really him. I mean, either way, I don't care. It's still funny. So, oh, this world is a crazy place. Let's get into it. All right, so let's get chat out of the way or Zoom out of the way. We'll just use Chat GPT just because it can find the code without me having to scour the internet, make it do the work. All right. So if you are looking for your particular state's legislative code on right to travel, which they're not going to have it listed there as right to travel because that would be stupid on their part and make it way too easy for you. So, cha, this is what you should do. Okay. So I am seeking the legislative code in New York on non-resident registration. It may also be under exempt vehicles, comma, oops, spelled that wrong. Let's see what else. Private or foreign vehicles. All right. In this line of questioning, do not use any Personal info on me. This is for YouTube. All right. So, bam, let's go. All right. So it says here relevant laws to New York's non-resident exempt vehicle registration or exemptions. All right. So they got a couple provisions. Let's see. Generally, okay. The registration, equipment, and number plate display requirements under the chapter generally do not apply to a motor vehicle, motorcycle, or trailer owned by a person who is a non-resident of New York, except as otherwise provided in subdivision 3 of 250. Okay, so for New York, it's going to be Article 3, VAT, Section 250, exemption of non-resident owners and operators. Notice how they use the one word owner, one word operator. Okay. Then they talk about becoming a resident. Well, yeah, if remember your properly done trust is the non-resident because it owns the vehicle. This is why you have to get the vehicle out of your name. It's hammer time. Oh, 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 oh. Here comes the hammer. Oh, 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 oh. Hammer time. Every time you see me, the hammer's just, oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. I'll stop. Just, hey, remember, I told you I'm just a madman in a blue box. All right. So don't forget that. So a properly done trust, irrevocable. Now, a revocable is in their jurisdiction, and that still yet can be private. Can you use a revocable one? Yes. You're just saying it's private, but it's in the U.S. You can use it. I prefer the irrevocable because that one is based in the United States of America, though the domestic U.S. corporation recognizes it. The irrevocable is private, tax exempt, and legally considered foreign. So you're pushing it even more, just that little bit, to say that it's private. And of course, the trust should not be named after you. You can be the trustor or the creator of the trust, the trustee, and then you label somebody or some other entity to be the beneficiary. If you do not do this, this is especially why you're going to have problems. And if you try to file a lawsuit against them later on and the vehicle's still in your name, you will lose. Well, you should lose. I won mine when I didn't have it right, but I'm also the wolf. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, if the vehicle is still in your name is registered as a voter. And even if you rescind that, which is good to do, the problem is that they're never going to give up your name in their computer database. They're not going to wipe it out. You will have to argue the federal code for right to deletion. If you're lucky there and you can get proof, then you're solid. So because we can't pull our name out of their legal database, we have to create a new legal entity that is foreign to them, which is the irrevocable trust with a private new name. If they can run that name and find that it or your business or entity is registered to the state, you're not out of their jurisdiction. So you do not register your vehicle with the DMV, you record who owns it. You do not register for plates or for driving. Here they're going to tell you about becoming a side enter, residing and enter into their legal political jurisdiction, their PMA, called the public as a U.S. citizen. Or you can look at it and say it's a res reciting of a res, your identity. When a non-resident becomes a New York resident, they have 30 days. Your name is already a resident. Why do you think they asked you for the mail at the DMV or for your bank account? Oh, you need to prove residency. This is what they were saying. Show us that you are that legal person, the ens legis, the nom de gore, the straw man. Then we'll give you the privilege and benefit of doing business with us. So it's not fraud. Stop saying these people are doing fraud to you. You didn't ask the questions. You told them you were smart enough over 18 to comprehend this. You were not. So they used you against yourself. They allowed you to trick yourself. They said, come on in, Mr. Diddy. The water's fine. There's free cheese in the van. You got in. Now you want to wonder why you're being taken on a ride or your butt hurts in the morning. Because some of y'all be playing yourselves and make it so easy for people to take advantage of you. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say that I haven't done stupid stuff or fell for some scams or whatever else, because that's what they are. But the moment somebody starts trying to get close to you or get something from you, you better make damn sure that you understand what it is you're entering into or allowing to be entered into you, ladies and gentlemen. So your name is already ruined. Your name is tainted. Your name is cannon fodder. It's fucked. So you create a new name, you create a new entity. There's no law that says you have to register it to them. The name is private. You create the trust, you get it notarized, you put your vehicle, you gift your vehicle over to it. You make sure the DMV knows that it has been given to the trust. The trust now owns it. You, with your name as a resident, unless you create an affidavit stating that you are no longer a resident of the state of New York, the state of New York. So it's not the real New York, it's a state of it, it's a thing of it. It's an association of New York. New York is the real land that you're standing on, and you, the New Yorkers, that's New York. The exemption does not apply to vehicles other than semi-trailers, blah, 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 public highways to transport persons or property for hire. See how they put this in here? So this is one thing. People can talk trash if they want about New York, and it is kind of a shit show. But here, their legal department has it right because they're saying if you're transporting persons or property for hire, that's our market. You're doing it in the public. Now, could you do it privately? Yeah, you could. But if you're just picking up random people, that's commercial. They administer everything public. And though they call them the public highways, which are the high waterways, okay, because this is maritime jurisdiction and they control maritime admiralty jurisdiction, they had to yield to the government and say, well, yeah, they're public, but public also means that private can use them too. They would love to be able to say only public can use it, but no, private can use it too. Vehicles used under contract for, once again, public improvement in New York. That's an operation. Plant equipment, operation. Unless transporting equipment, transporting, that's not traveling. Transporting, that's commercial. Members of the armed forces and their dependents, safe exemption from certain in transit vehicle regulations. Once again, motor vehicle means something that is being currently, will be, or has been used for commercial purposes in the public. They administrate motor vehicles. That's why your vehicle is an automobile. They're showing their jurisdiction in the words. A motor vehicle is not the same thing as an automobile. Why? Because its use and its owners depict what description or definition, it is by law. You can't come to my house and say my house is not a church when you don't own it. If I own this house, I can call it what I want it to be. Now, if I need something from you, now we have to try to convince each other, make sure we're on the same page and agree. Looks like the rest of this stuff doesn't really apply. Exemptions for certain classes of vehicles. While not strictly about personal and non-resident registration, New York Highways use tax law provides for exclusions of exemptions of certain vehicles from tax regulation under HUT depending on their use. See, once again, I said it. Didn't even read this. New York has it right. Congrats to New York. A lot of you other states ain't got your stuff written appropriately, correctly, legally. Some of them are even trying to hide certain things. At the end of the day, anything not registered or belonging directly to the state or under anything registered to the state, like your name, is private. Private is foreign. You can't take it, tax, or tow it. It's not yours. So here they're telling you depending on their use. So depending on the use, even if you are a taxable thing, New York is like, well, we may say that you're not taxable, depending on how you what it is and how you're using it. So for those people operating as non-residents or their entity is operating as a non-resident or the combination of both, generally it's your trust in New York, this is what you need to copy. This is what should be in your travel binder. This is what's going to be a piece of that which you can put together to win your court case if they bother you. A police officer, when you show him your travel binder, this is what you want to show him. I'm exempt. Why? Well, because the owner of the vehicle is a non-resident. Go ahead and run the VIN, and you'll see that Clip the Hari irrevocable trust is not a New York citizen or resident. Well, aren't you a resident? That's up to you to decide. I would pull out my affidavit. Nope. Here's my affidavit signed by a notary under jurat. Now, this doesn't mean that you're giving up and renouncing. You're basically just saying, while in the use of this private vehicle, I am a non-resident because you can be one or the other. They can't force you to just be a U.S. citizen. That's joinder. You're forcing joinder. That is a federal offense. You cannot force me into a contract. I am who I present myself to be. Now, if I'm a police officer, I can't do that. I have to be Officer O'Malley. He's getting paid to be that U.S. citizen. Matter of fact, the last cop I talked to about some of this, who wanted to know what he could and could not do, was from New York. A lot of places are teaching their police officers this, that there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. And by the way, you are still not exempt from the law. You still have to abide by the law and the rules of the road, even if you have a private plate and it's registered to your trust, which is your state. It doesn't mean you're above the law. It means as long as they don't suspect you of doing anything criminal, you're private. They'll leave you alone. So this is your code right here for New York. New York, New York. That's it. Right to travel New York. Bing. That's how you get it done, son. I'll talk to you guys later. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the sun. The sun does provide you with various light waves, frequencies, vitamins. Get it. It's good for your body. Try not to be inside all the time. It'll help your mood. It'll help your everything, really. It's very beneficial. That being the case, I'll talk to you guys later. I got more videos to make. Badwolf's over and out. Join me on Blackside32, jameslovett.com, on my TikTok, and Badwolf Unrestricted on YouTube. I'll talk to you guys later. Get out, go do something fun.